All right, folks, I am Tom Downey here live with my mailbag and live Q&A. Go follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney if you have any more questions. But we'll start taking some now here on Facebook and on YouTube. What position is your priority in the draft? Depends on what happens in free agency, right? Assuming Cole Beasley leaves, maybe it's receiver. If you bring back Tavon, maybe it becomes defensive tackle and then receiver. All right, some more questions here flowing in. Andre, could the Cowboys go after Dak's college coach, Billy Gonzalez? I don't think so. I think you're looking for somebody, if you do want to go that route, with a little bit more experience. Two names to watch out for. Ken Zampese, who has ties to the organization, and also, what about John Kitna, who is now a play caller in the AFL? All right, what is the plan to get Connor Williams beefed up? I mean, it's kind of your standard gain muscle and gain strength, right? You're going to put him in the weight room, eat a lot, and lift. Like, he's just going to build strength the normal way that all players do. I don't have like an in-depth answer for you on that one. I'm sorry. Do it like 93. Can I be the new head coach or quarterback coach? I don't think I'd do a great job. I don't think I'd be good enough. Players wouldn't respect me. They'd beat me up every day. All right, Trent says, thanks for taking my question. He's subscribing. Well, thank you for subscribing. Go tell your friends as well. YouTube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're going to have all kinds of off-season coverage, including these live Q&As. Hey, season might be over, but we're not going anywhere. All right, Matt S. Who could be some cap casualties this offseason? Well, I think Allen Hurns is a potential one. I know you guys don't want to hear that one per se. Terrence Williams, I think, will be one. Sean Lee is going to be one. Beyond that, I don't know who else you're going to cut. You're not going to cut any of the cornerbacks. Your defensive line, offensive line is relatively cap-friendly. So those are the big names right there. It's not quite like years past when there were a lot of guys that I think could have been cut and were cut in the end. Gtown, silver and blue. Does Connor Williams start in week 1? Will he be better in strength technique? I think he starts week 1. Frankly, I'll be surprised if he doesn't. The Cowboys very, very rarely under this regime don't give a bunch of chances to their young guys. And Connor Williams, despite getting beat in very obvious ways, wasn't as bad as some of you guys tend to think he is. He's just not. He's a good player. I liked him a lot coming out. He didn't live up to my expectations, but I think he'll be a very good player in the NFL. Give him some more time. He'll be fine. All right, Benito Camela says, Mike Leach rumor. I don't really know what you're referring to. I know he was on 103.5 The Fan last night, but he's not going to come to the NFL. Mike's a college coach, and he's a small-town college coach as he thrives in that atmosphere. I don't think he wants to come to Dallas. I don't think that would be a good fit for either party, even though his offense is awesome to watch. Johnny Lopez, Cowboys signed Jermaine Kearse. Maybe. That's certainly a more cost-effective option than a Golden Tate. But I think I'd rather just draft somebody else. That's my goal there. I think you'd be much more inclined to just draft someone round 2, round 3, have a better, young and cheaper player in theory. Tommie Jenkins, is Jordan Shun a good backup to Zeke? He's a good-looking running back sitting on the practice squad. Every year we fall in love with a new undrafted free agent. Maybe it's Jordan Shun this year. I don't think so. He wasn't the best guy in the practice squad because Darius Jackson got promoted. He's a practice squad guy. Look, I am of the belief that if you give almost any NFL back a chance, they're going to make some plays. That's why I don't invest heavily in halfbacks in most cases. I'd rather draft somebody else and let Shun compete for the third role, but I'm not banking on much from him. Steven, what's the news of Darius Jackson? Well, again, he was promoted this year from the practice squad to the active roster. He's technically under contract this coming season, but he's Darius Jackson. I know there is a Darius Jackson hive. I don't bank on Jackson being much of an impact guy. Give him a chance, he can make some plays. I think most halfbacks can, like I said, but I think you're better off drafting someone round 4, round 5 this year. Matt S. Chris Peterson for OC. Same boat as Lincoln Riley. He is not going to leave. Leaving Washington as the head coach of the Cowboys OC job is a step down. That is a downgrade for a head coach, so it's not going to happen. Even though I do like the idea of him. Maybe if Garrett ever gets fired, watch out for Peterson as a potential head coach option for the Cowboys in that dark horse area. Emanuel Harper, we should go after Norv Turner. He was surprisingly good this year. I'll be honest, guys. Entering this year, I was done with Norv. I thought he did a bad job at Minnesota. I thought the game had passed him by. He was better this year. Now, didn't always use personnel in the right way, but before Cam Newton's shoulder went south on him, I was really impressed. So yes, go after him, but he's under contract. He gets to have all of his family coaching with him because there's an unbelievable amount of nepotism for Carolina with Norv Turner. So I'll do it, but I don't consider it very likely. Robert Clark says that I look cute in my Mizzen and Main shirt. Thank you very much. If you guys want one of your own, comfortable.af is the site. Go check them out. These are incredibly comfortable, and they make me look passable on air. So just imagine what they could do for you. Mizzen and Main, go check them out. Comfortable.af. They make more than just shirts, too. They make a whole lot more like sweaters as well. All right, more, I guess, mailbag questions are coming in. Kyle Clements, should we add another DT? 100%. Early round pick. It is. I have harped on this for years. Give me an impact defensive tackle. Rod Marinelli's scheme hasn't always been that important and focused on DT. Go get one this year. I think that was very clear against the Rams. Andre, would Gary Kubiak be a good fit with the Dallas Cowboys? He would have been great. I would have loved to have hired Gary Kubiak. You know why I speak in the past tense? He's with Minnesota now. He's not coming to Dallas, and that upsets me because I think he would have been perfect for the Cowboys. Jason, hey, look at rhymes, Bluebiak, I think. Is the Cowboy kicker spot open for competition? I hope so. There's no reason for it to not be, right? Now, I am more on the pro Brett Maher side because I think he did a good job this year with some obvious issues. But why not bring in an undrafted free agent? I mean, that's how the Cowboys found Dan Bailey, right? Kickers don't get drafted. Bring somebody in, let them compete alongside Brett Maher, and see what happens. Let the best man win, and it'll be a cost-effective option as well. And I think that matters right now for the Cowboys at kicker. JB97, can the Cowboys sign Tyler Eifert? He's going to be a free agent, which is right. It all depends on the cost. When he's on the field, Tyler Eifert is a really good tight end, one of the best in the NFL as far as I'm concerned. The problem is, the dude is always hurt. So you can't even really bank on him. But with Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin, I like the idea a lot. Sign him to a cheap one-year deal if he's open to it, and let him be your top tight end. And if he gets hurt, that's okay. You have Dalton and Blake Jarwin also under contract. José, Raúl, Mendoza, Acosta. Who do you think will be the OC and quarterback coach next season? Good question. All right, early guess. I got a couple here. If you go outside of the organization, someone like a James Coley, who is now the Georgia OC, you could try and get someone like a Pete Carmichael or a Dan Campbell from the Saints. Maybe you get a Rams guy or a Niners guy. If you go inside some specific names, Doug Nussmeier, which is, as we go further along here, is going to be my guess right now, because it is a guess so far. And then quarterbacks coach, I would assume more goes. Two names. Ken Zampese, who has been an OC before and has some ties to the organization. How about a former quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys from not that long ago? John Kitna, the dark horse name right there, who is already, by the way, a coach more experienced than Kellen Moore. Does he count as a real quarterback coach? Those of you that want one of those, does he count? Let me know in the comment section. All right, Andy. He heard Gerald McCoy could get cut by the Bucs. Not officially yet, but there's a good chance of it. Do we sign him? I hope so. I would very much like that idea. I think that would be a good fit for the Cowboys, perfect fit for Rod Marinelli. I would love it if he wants to come to Dallas and if he is cost effective. Johnny Lopez, oh, there we go. Will there be another Dez talk this season? Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all because it's Dez and the Cowboys. I assume it'll pop up. Now, if it's realistic, I don't know. What are the chances of assigning Jesse James this season? Why does everyone love Jesse James, by the way? I don't think he's that good. Schultz and Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin do the same job combined better. Just stick with those two. Don't bother spending money on Jesse James. Just draft somebody else. Do you think we should pick up Antonio Brown? How are you going to make that work? How are you going to make it happen? What are you going to offer Pittsburgh for Antonio Brown? Oh, Christopher has an offer. Let's go to that one. I saw that one, Dom. Let's go to that one. This one, these guys kill me. He offered, I'm not kidding here right now, he offered Anthony Brown and Sean Lee for Antonio Brown. Pittsburgh says no, guys. Come on. No way. You cannot, and even for the Cowboys, you can't pay $30+ million to Amari Cooper and Antonio Brown. That's not how the NFL salary cap works. All right, Robbie, I'll make this one quick, and then we'll get to one more question. To sign Earl Thomas, hope he wants to really be a Cowboy or outbid everybody else, because that's not going to end up happening. It's either one or the other. You're not going to get both. All right, last question from Sandman, my man. What type of money is Cooper going to get signed to in the offseason? I think he'll end up being somewhere in that $15-ish million a year range. Somewhere around there, maybe 16, maybe 17. I think the Cowboys will come to the table and say, you know what? We believed in you. Take a little bit less money so we can help get other better players around you too so that we can win. Either way, Amari Cooper, once he signs, will be among the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.